Hello, because RadiShineAmigo Let's Play Sailor Moon! And now we're playing as Sailor Jupiter. As you can see right there, Luna the cat is back. When we was playing as Mars, there was actually a crow there. Now, a crow doesn't actually have like a name, but it kind of, the crows, there's quite a lot of crows going around where Mars lives. So, yeah, I guess that's kind of why they put it in and whatnot, so. Yeah, and it kind of like, it kind of links to our like character in like a tiny little bit. But either way, what I wanted to say is that I like the fact that they made it a crow, because 3 of the characters have Luna, 1 is the crow, and then after Sailor Venus has someone else. But I'm not gonna say that. If you've already played this game or seen Sailor Moon, then you should probably know what it is. But just in case, I won't spoil it. Even though it's not really a spoiler, but I'll shut up. Now, speaking of Venus, this factory level is, but mainly the boss in particular is based off of, episode 33 of the series. That's the first episode where Sailor Venus actually appears. So it's kind of fitting that I'm doing Sailor Venus after this, you know, it's all intentional here. Totally didn't, you know, just realize that. But, yeah, we're playing as Sailor Mercury. Mercury is, like, got lightning-based attacks, whereas, you know, Mars had fire, Mercury had bubbles. Bubbles, like, best weapon ever. And, her name, Jupiter's name is, Makoto Kino. I will say most of the characters in the anime are actually called by their, I'll just check it if my mic was muted then, because I realised using mute my mic and I didn't unmute it this time, but it wasn't muted. They're usually called like a shortened version of their names and they put Chan at the end of them. So you've got Mako-chan, Ami-chan, etc, etc. So yeah. I usually call them by their senshi name just because I just find it easier to say. I don't know, I just kind of just call them by their senshi name. Supreme Offender! And obviously just gonna spam this, because it's all you really need to do. So this game is just pathetic, like when you do it like this, but it's like the only way that you could beat half the enemies, because if you go into a proper brawl of them, especially with Jupiter, because Jupiter was the one where as soon as you get to the final hit, it just glitches out sometimes. It's just one problem I have with this game. It would be so much more fun if the enemies just weren't as cheap. And I know it's quite an old game. I can kind of feel it. Kind of. But at the same time, it's like Super Nintendo, Super Famicom, whatever. And it's like, you know. See, look, right there. Before I even did my final finishing blow, they just bloody hit me every time. It's like impossible to do your final hit on most of the enemies. Like those little green guys, they're fine, but some of like the bigger guys just kind of annoying to hit. And as I'm saying this, you know, I'm doing it perfectly, but trust me, it is pretty annoying. Now, these, whatchamacallits on the floor actually, like, move you to whatever direction they're moving in. Which can be kind of useful, because you can kind of stand on them and move towards them and spam, which make you move towards the enemy without pressing anything. So that means you can spam the punch button while moving, technically. So it's fun in that regard. But, other times it can kind of slow you down, you kind of have to hop over them like I did there. This part is pretty annoying because the depth perception of trying to like punch the enemies can kind of mess you up. Because like, say you're punching one, it's right in front of you, and you're about to punch it, but he's on the little thing on the right, and they kind of move downwards. So you punch them, but they're moving downwards, so you kind of miss them, and it's kind of annoying. Stuff like that basically happens sometimes. Like right there when I was trying to kick them. and I have to go resort to drop kicking. Like, it's no fun at all. But you know, Jupiter's hitbox is terrible. Well, not hitbox, but her third punch, and that third punch means a lot because while you're in the middle of a combo, it's hard to, like, you know, break out the combos, you jump back or something, because there's no block button. Jumping back is kind of stiff, so the enemy's definitely going to hit you no matter what. And I just don't really like doing the combo because it's just kind of annoying. No, I didn't really have too much problem with the first boss. It was when I got more later into the game, it actually was more apparent. That's kind of how it works for me in Jupiter. It's strange. I can't explain it, but it's just annoying. And yeah, in playing this game for the first time, don't choose Jupiter. You know, she's fine, just don't choose her straight up right off the bat. I'd recommend Mars or Venus. Just, you know, get used to the game. Something that I'd actually want to mention is, I don't think I mentioned it, but if you play the game on easy mode, I'm pretty sure this happens because I don't really play the game on easy mode. So, I might be wrong here, but I'm pretty sure if you play the game on easy mode, you only see the first 2 levels and then after that the game ends. Which is ridiculous. I'm guessing maybe they thought that all the other levels were way too hard, or they just couldn't be bothered to make them easier, but the only difference between the difficulties is the health bars of the enemies. So like on normal mode, if you was to do a shockwave move, it would probably insta-kill the enemies. If you just do a combo move, it would probably just about kill them, maybe have to give them a little bit of health left. It's quite a bit easier due to the health bars. So in a sense, hard mode technically isn't hard, it's just long. Which might be actually why these videos are longer than they are, actually. Yeah, that might be why, actually. Easy modes, they cut out, like, every level except the first 2. Which is kind of stupid. I believe it's every level except the first 2, or it might be the first level and then skip to the last. But I'm pretty sure it's just the first 2 levels. I know. If anyone's played this game, correct me. Because I'm not playing this on easy mode, I can't believe it. I've already played this game like 5 times. So, please forgive me. I got Mega Man stuck on my head, so I just let's play that game. Yeah, right now we're basically on your typical beat 'em up elevator section, which is in every single beat 'em up game ever. Even games that aren't beat 'em ups have elevator sections where you fight enemies, like Sonic Rush has one, and it's not even a beat 'em up. So yeah. Well, you know, of course we gotta have to have one. And it's these enemies that I'm beating up now are the only enemies you fight. And more come over time, and then the more they come, some of them actually get larger health bars, which, you know, that's always fun, right? I've always wanted to play as Sailor Jupiter with fighting enemies with long health bars, you know? Jupiter! Yeah, as for Jupiter herself, she's essentially I can remember the least about, because I don't think they dwell into her backstory as much as the others. But from what I remember, it's basically she's really, really strong physically. She's probably the best fighter out of the lot. Even before she became a Senshi. And there was, I do remember like one story where they had someone who liked to write books, or write stories, and eventually became someone who turned them into books and published them and stuff. But she used to protect her quite a lot because she used to get bullied, so Jupiter, like, you know, threatened the others and then beat them up because she's strong. And she beats up quite a lot of people in her past, and she kind of transfers schools quite a lot. And then she eventually meets Usagi, and Usagi actually respects her for who she is, because Usagi's nice. And yeah, they kind of just become friends from there, and then later on you realise that Jupiter is a sentient. She's got to help out Sailor Moon. Shit. But yeah, let's just spam the punch button right here, guys. This is fun. You know, it's like playing a racing game where the track is just straightforward. You just hold down the acceleration button the whole time. Yeah, this game's kind of redundant. It's strange. I do like this game, but it's just redundant. I can see all its flaws, but at the same time I like it. I have a feeling that if it didn't have Sailor Moon on it, say it had I don't know, just say I just had a bunch of like girls fighting crime, but they didn't they weren't Sailor Senshi, it was just a game about girls who fight, then I probably wouldn't like this game as much. I probably wouldn't have actually even bothered to play it. But that's the main reason I found this game, was because of Sailor Moon, and you know, obviously, like an anime or a show, you kind of just type in start show, and then after you find games and you kind of play it. Either way, this is the boss. Now you're probably thinking, wait a minute, is that Sailor Moon? I mean, his color scheme's a little bit different, but no. It's someone from the Dark Kingdom. I'm probably going to pronounce his name wrong. Zoisite? Zoisite? He's like the main bad guy for like the first half of the first series. And in the original Japanese version, if this is the character I'm thinking of, he's actually gay, and he's in love with some other guy that I can't remember. And in the dub, they change it so he's a girl. But yeah, we just beat the boss. That boss is pretty pathetically easy as well, to be honest. You can see I was spamming it, like I do with all the other enemies. This game is like pathetic half the time. It's really sad when the first boss is harder than the two bosses that we just fought after it. But yeah, this game is fun, guys, trust me. If you like Sailor Moon, definitely play it, although you've probably already played it by now. I'm probably dragging out the part, so I'll see you guys next time. We're going to be playing as my favourite character, Sailor Venus. So yeah, see you guys next time. Thank you for watching, and bye-bye.